Today we will explore cooling system of the Volvo 140 series. We will look at how the cooling system works, the differences between the early B18 engine with a vertical radiator and the later B20 engine with horizontal radiator, and the role of the expansion tank and pressure cap. At the end, I will also cover common cooling system problems in the Volvo 140 series and how to keep your classic safe from overheating. Patrick's garage. When fuel burns inside the engine, it produces a huge amount of heat. Only part of that heat is turned into useful power. The rest must be removed so the engine doesn't overheat. If the cooling system cools too much, the engine runs cold. Waste and losses efficiency. If the system cools too little, the engine overheats. Overheating can burn off the lubricating oil film on the cylinder walls and even cause a seizure engine. This is why the B18 and B20 engines depend on a liquid cooling system. Engines are cooled in two main ways: air cooling and liquid cooling. The Volvo 140 series uses liquid cooling with water mixed with antifreeze. This mixture, called coolant, flows through passages in the block and cylinder head called water jackets. The coolant absorbs heat and then carries it into the radiator. In my 1969 Volvo with B18 engine, the car is fitted with vertical flow radiator. Coolant flows from the top tank down to the bottom tank. This older design was common before 70s. In my 1972 Volvo with B20 engine, the radiator is newer, cross-flow or horizontal flow type. Coolant flows sideways from one tank to the other. This design makes the radiator lower, it's possible, and allows a sleeker hood line in later car models. Coolant is circulated by a centrifugal water pump driven by a belt from the crankshaft. The pump impeller throws coolant outward into the water jackets around the cylinders and head. The heated coolant leaves through the upper hose, flow into the radiator and is cooled by air passing through fins. It then returns to the pump through the lower hose, and the cycle continues. The cooling system must also help the engine warm up quickly. This is controlled by a thermostat placed between the cylinder head and radiator. When the engine is cold, the thermostat is closed, and coolant circulates only in the bypass circuit. This inner circuit warms the head evenly, especially around the spark plugs, and also supplies the cabin heater. As the coolant reaches operating temperature, the thermostat gradually opens, allowing hot coolant to flow into the radiator. At the same time, the bypass closes, forcing all coolant through the radiator for full cooling. Both the B18 and B20 engines use a sealed cooling system with an expansion tank. The expansion tank cap has a pressure valve and a vacuum valve. On the B18 engine, the cap opens at 7 pounds per square inch. On the B20 engine, it opens at 10 pounds per square inch. By raising system pressure, the boiling point of the coolant is increased, allowing it to safely reach higher temperatures without boiling. When pressure is too high, the valve opens, releasing coolant into the expansion tank. When the engine cools, the vacuum valve allows coolant to return to the radiator. This ensures the system always stays full and reduces corrosion risk. The Volvo 140 series uses mechanical fan mounted on the water pump shaft driven by the same belt as the pump. At low speed or idle, the fan pulls air through the radiator. At higher speeds, airflow from driving is enough to keep the engine cool. The fan belt must be tensioned correctly. According to the Volvo service manual, it should slip at a pull of about 11 kilograms applied 150 millimeters from the center of the hub. Volvo recommends 50-50 mixture of ethylene glycol, antifreeze, and water all year round. This prevents freezing down 35 degrees Celsius, raises the boiling point in hot weather, and protects against corrosion inside the block and radiator. Coolant should be drained, flushed, and replaced every couple years. The Volvo 140 series is fitted with a temperature gauge on the dashboard. This allows the driver to see the coolant temperature rises abnormally. An overheating warning means the system is not functioning correctly and the engine should be shut off before damage occurs. Volvo 140 series cooling system can develop several common issues. Coolant leaks from hoses, radiators, or water pump seals. Overheating due to stuck thermostat, blocked radiator, or slipping belt. Low coolant level from faulty expansion tank. Corrosion inside the radiator from old coolant. The cooling system of the Volvo 140 series may look simple, but it is vital for engine life. By understanding how it works, checking coolant regularly, and keeping parts in good condition, you can enjoy many more years of safe and reliable driving in your classic Volvo. I'll catch you in the next one on Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Click the subscribe button and notifications bell so that way you can be notified as soon as I upload new videos about car repairing.